All right, Robert, all the rage has been Gen AI, but before Gen AI was zero trust architectures. And one of the big things that we have been talking about, we've had Jesse Schrader come on, is confidential computing.
Yeah.
So, why does a customer even need confidential computing? What it just is, it sounds like a marketing buzzword. Come on.
No, customers need confidential computing because it really allows them to do things they couldn't do otherwise. Right? When we get into a position where we don't trust things, and I know we're going to build for, I don't need to trust it because I have a zero trust environment. What I really want to think about in confidential computing is the new use cases it unleashes. What does it allow me to do that I wouldn't have done otherwise? My data, my model, my intellectual property, my customer membership was so valuable to me that I just decided not to do anything with it. That is a bad thing. If I can
Yeah.
use confidential computing to actually use my data and make it productive, then confidential computing becomes a requirement to do something, not to stop something. And the ideas that I like behind that are things like federated learning, where two parties can agree to use without actually truly sharing the data to each other, but they can use the data to refine their models and refine what they want to do. Think a consumer products company like Colgate Palmolive or Procter and Gamble wanting to work with a retailer like Walmart or Target or Kohl's and say, I have information about each my own business. I want to actually share, build our models without actually giving you the data. I've put it into a federated enclave of confidential computing where we can attest to we have our data still intact separately, but we're using them together to refine our model, and we go
So
back and we
no
do
one
a
can
better
see
business.
inside, right?
They
You
can't
put your
see in the
data
back.
in there, you run your analytics, but no one can see inside. You only get the results out. It's kind
Correct.
of it's
Another
pretty clever.
example for trying to build better therapeutics and ideally downstream bring better therapy to my patient. With Novartis, Beekeeper AI, and then a health provider that we can't talk about, getting together with Beekeeper in the middle to actually build an enclave where Novartis could be looking at the patient information that's over in the, without seeing the patient's information that's actually in the healthcare provider, train their model, train for their product design of a therapeutic they want to build, and then go away. Later, because they have all this data, because they're the healthcare provider, that's where the patients go, they're going to later receive greater benefit because a therapy provider has built something based off of their data without actually ever being able to see the
To see
patient's
the
data.
data.
But the data about the patient is kind of what they were able to grasp and use. I love those kinds of use cases. They free us up to do new things. And in the end, that's what Intel's purpose is. How can we use technology to do new things that we think we need to be doing in the world?